Apaixonados por futebol, bem-vindos ao canal. Nas últimas semanas tenho ouvido de vários jornalistas internacionais que Carl Ancelotti é o técnico perfeito para a seleção brasileira. Vocês realmente concordam com isso ou acham que pode ter alguma melhor opção para assumir o comando da amarelinha? Vamos ver o que jornalistas ingleses falaram sobre esse tema. Já se inscrevam no canal e bora!
Okay, Stevie Nickel, let's talk some manager merry-go-round movements potentially, because we've got some big names out of work and we've got some big posts that need filled. Now, we're going to focus specifically on three: Brazil, Real Madrid, and Spurs. But I suppose we can kind of link Brazil and Real Madrid. I'll explain why. Carlo Ancelotti is the favourite to take over the Brazil national team job. First of all, do you think he'll still be at Real Madrid next season? And if not, is Brazil potentially his new destination?
Well, that's a tough question. Listen, if Real Madrid won the Champions League, then I don't see why he wouldn't be there to carry on the following year. At the same time, if they don't win the Champions League, then it seems likely that the Real Madrid would move him on. And if that was the case, then I really don't see a better fit from a manager and a team's point of view than Ancelotti with Brazil. I mean, it seems like a match made in heaven. You know, the guy who undoubtedly in world football would be the man to take over a team with established players, established stars, mature players. I mean, you talk about the guy who can just walk in the door and keep things ticking over the way they were seamlessly. That's the kind of reputation that Ancelotti has, because that's what he does. So, from my point of view, it just seems the perfect fit, Ancelotti with Brazil. You know, he would go in there, all he would have to do is look after all the big stars, all the big egos. It wouldn't be about tactics or getting the team going, any of that stuff. It would be completely and utterly, in my opinion, about man management. And I don't think there's a better man manager in football. So from that standpoint, this for Ancelotti would be brilliant. I'm sure if he thinks about it, it's mouth-watering for him. At the same time, I'm pretty sure he wants to win the Champions League again. So from his point of view, I'm sure he might be a little conflicted.
There's also the option of, if he does win the Champions League with Real Madrid and they are in that kind of tough half of the draw, that it could be hey, that's my swan song. I've done it again. I've won another Champions League. It's time to move on. The other thing is about the Brazil job. You'll know, Stevie, you played international football. There are not many international jobs that could attract pretty much any manager in the world. Brazil is certainly one of those.
Well, the thing is, Ancelotti did say that, as long as he was wanted at Real Madrid, he would be there. So he's not a guy that goes back on his word. So I would think it's probably not in Ancelotti's hands. Yes, he could go to the president and ask to go, but I think at the end of the day, if you're Real Madrid, you're not letting him go anywhere. And so for them, or for Ancelotti, for me, it really would be up to Real Madrid. Ancelotti's not a guy that goes back on his word. And having said that, I'm sure he will remember that. So, yeah, I don't think it's in his hands. I think it's in Real Madrid's hands.